In this section, we're going to use survey results or problems to see how we can use the Venn diagram to solve problems. Okay, so what's the goal? The goal is we would like to use Venn diagram to visualize the survey results, and then we use survey result to complete Venn diagram. So first of all, you need to use the survey's description to define sets, and then from there you can draw a Venn diagram. And then using the survey result, you need to find out the cardinality for each of the region in the Venn diagram. Start with the intersection of the sets, the innermost region, and then work outward. Use the completed Venn diagram to answer the problem question. So that's the goal. Let's see some questions. In survey problem, the word "and" means intersection. Yes. Okay. The Venn diagram on the right shows the result of a GFK Roper Public Affairs and Media Survey of 1967 American adults taken on October 9, 2012. Use the Venn diagram to determine whether the following statement is true or false. If the statement is false, make the necessary change to produce a true statement. So 60% of those surveyed liked cats or dog. So if you look at here, 60% like both, and then 60 plus 29 plus 4, which is altogether 93% like either of them. So the answer is the statement is false because 93% of those surveyed liked cats or dog. Use the given Venn diagram which shows the number of elements in regions. So that means there are 17 in region 1, 27 in region 2, 20 in region 3, and so on and so on. How many elements belong to neither set A nor set B? So that is 6 because it's outside. 6. It's outside both of them. Use this Venn diagram which shows the cardinality. So these are the numbers, like 7 means it's the 7 elements are here. It's not 7 as an element, okay? This is the cardinality of each region. To answer the question below, how many elements belong to set A or set C? A or C. So that means A union C. So you need to count everything from A and then also count everything from C without repeating them. So 9 plus 5, which is 14, plus 6 is 20, plus 22. 22 plus 4 is 26. 26 plus 8 is 34. There are 34 elements in A or C. Okay, so this is very similar question. Okay, a poll asks respondents if they agreed with the statement that college should reserve a certain number of scholarships exclusively for minorities and those age greater or equal to 20. Hypothetical results of the poll are tabulated in the Venn diagram. So this is age less than 20. This is the value. These are the responded, who agree, they come here. African American, they go here. Age less than 20 goes here. So based on this information, the number of respondents that agreed with the statement is agree comes here. 9 plus 2, 11 plus 5, 16 plus 7, 23. There are 23. They agreed on the that poll. A poll asks respondent if they agreed with the statement that college should reserve a certain number of scholarships. Okay, we already did that, so let's go to the next problem. At a community college, a survey was taken to determine whether the student study on campus of the 260 students surveyed, so that's the total number, it was determined that 178 studied in the library, 144 studied in cafeteria, 85 studied in both the library and cafeteria. So to answer this question, we can use Venn diagram. Look at here, how to draw the Venn diagram. So we know there are two different type of, so this is the universal, let's say this is the universal set. Universal means anywhere in the college. And then library, let's say this is library, which is L. And this is cafeteria, which is C, and both of them goes in the intersection. So 85 goes here. So rest 85, 178 minus 85 goes here, which is 78, 7. So that means 93. Because 93 plus 85 is 178. Similarly, 144 minus 85, which is 15 plus 59. 59 plus 85 is 144. So now let's try to answer the question. Of those students surveyed, how many studied only in the library? Only in the library is 93. Only in the library, it's 93. What about how many studied only in the cafeteria? Only in the cafeteria, 59. And of those studied, how many did not study in either of these places? Remember, the total student, they are 260, but if you add these two number, which is 178 plus 144, which is 178 plus 144, 322. How come? Oh, there is intersection 85, so 85 is gone. I counted that twice. So 237. Out of 260, 237, they were either studying in library or cafeteria or both, but the rest, which is subtract 237 from 260, which is 23. 23, they are outside. So they did not study either in cafeteria or library. So 23, they did not study either place. Okay. Okay, to answer this question as well, you can use the Venn diagram. Let's say this big screen is the universal U, and a survey of 110 high school students. So altogether there are 110 high school students. And then the survey determined whether they use Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. So there are three different things. Instagram, let's say Instagram is I. This is the universals. Instagram is I. And what is that? Twitter is T, which is X nowadays. And then Facebook is F. The provided information, 64 used Instagram, 73 used Facebook, 43 used Instagram and Facebook, 22 had all three of them. So 22 goes here because that's the intersection between all three of them. So now, let's go backward. So 43 use Instagram and Facebook both. Instagram and Facebook, they use 43. But that 22 is already gone here. So 43 minus 22 is, so 42 minus 20, sorry, 43 minus 22. What's happening here? 43 minus 22. That number is inside Instagram and Facebook, so that goes here, 21. 21 plus 22 is 43. 73 used Facebook. 40 used Twitter and Facebook. So Twitter and Facebook 40, but 22 is already here. So the rest is 18. 18 plus 22 is 40. 33 use Instagram and Twitter. Instagram and Twitter. 22 is already here, so 11 goes here. So now The rest, the Twitter user, total Twitter user supposed to be 57, but here if you add all these three numbers, 40 plus 11 is 51, so the leftover is 2. It goes here. 73 use Facebook, so 21 plus 18 is 40, 40 plus 20 is 60, 61, so 12 leftover because there are 73 Facebook users. 64 use Instagram, so 21 plus 22 is 43, 44, 54, 54 and 64, so that means 10. That's the leftover. So that's the information we got from this survey. How many of the students survey use only Instagram? So that is 10. They only use Instagram. How many of the students survey use Instagram and Twitter but not Facebook? They use Instagram and Twitter but not Facebook. So it's supposed to be outside the Facebook. That would be 10 plus 11 plus 2, which is remember 10 plus 11 plus 2, which is 21 plus 2 is 23. Sorry about that. One thing I missed here, I did not calculate the outside of the Facebook. The total student, there are 110 students, right? Out of 110 students, how many of them are here? So let's calculate them. 10 plus 11 plus 2 plus 22 plus 21 plus 12 plus 18. So it's let me just calculate that. 10 plus 11 plus 22 plus 2 plus 18 plus 21 plus 12. So altogether 96. The rest is 14. They're supposed to be outside. They don't use anything. So now this question asks me, how many of the students survey use Instagram and Twitter but not Facebook? They use Instagram and Twitter but not Facebook. 21, they use Instagram and Twitter. 21, 23. That's supposed to be right. Did I do something wrong? Let me just do the calculation again. 22 plus 18 is 40 plus 10 is 51, 52, 53 use Instagram. So this is not 53, that's 57. So the Twitter has to be 57. So 51, it's supposed to be 6. Cool. And then now for the Instagram, they're supposed to be 64. So 21 plus 22, which is 43, 44, 54, 64. Okay, for the Facebook, 40, 60, 61, 63, 73. That is right. So altogether 4. So the outside is supposed to be 10 only. Okay. So now the only Instagram and Twitter, 10, 11 plus 6, which is 27, not 23. Yeah. I did not do the calculation properly. Again, I'm not so sure what's happening. So 22 had all three. 43 use Instagram and Facebook. So Instagram and Facebook, that's supposed to be 43. So that means 22 plus 21 is 43. And 40 used Twitter and Facebook. So 22 plus 18 is Twitter and Facebook. 33 use Instagram and Twitter. So Instagram and Twitter, 22, 23, 33. That's right. This information is right. Cool. Now, let's go back. 73 used Facebook. So 40, 60, 61, 62, 63, 73. That's good. And for the Twitter, 57. 40, 50, 51 plus 6 is 57. For the Instagram, it's a 43, 44, 54 plus 10 is 64. That is also right. How many of the students surveyed use Instagram and Twitter? They use Instagram, which is 10. plus 11, 21 plus 6, 27, but not Facebook. So it's supposed to be 27. I don't know why it's not right. It's supposed to be 27. Correct answer is 11. How many of the student survey use Instagram and Twitter? Oh, Instagram and Twitter, but not Facebook. So both, and means both, not or. That was the mistake I was doing. Look, I calculated everything, but they are asking how many of them are using Instagram and Twitter. So there are 11. That's the intersection. My bad. That's my mistake. Now let's go to the next question. How many of the student survey use Instagram or Twitter? That's the 27. That's the 27. Instagram or Twitter? How many of the student survey use Instagram or Twitter? And they are not talking about the Facebook. Sorry about that. So that's supposed to be everything from Instagram, everything from Twitter. So that's supposed to be 22 plus 18, 40, 40 plus 21. 61, 62 plus 10 is 72, plus 10 is 82, 82 plus 6 is 88. That's everything from Twitter, Instagram, or Twitter. That's the R. How many of the students use Instagram or Twitter but not Facebook? Or, so but not Facebook. So this is where we calculate 10 plus 11 plus 6, which is 27. That is the question I answered here. So that was my mistake. How many of the student survey use exactly 2 of the social media? Exactly 2 of the social media? Not 3, not 1, exactly 2. So 11 plus 18 plus 21. So 11 plus 21, they use exactly 2. 11 plus 21 is 33. Sorry, 32 plus 8, 40, 50. 50 of them, they exactly use 2, not more than 2. So that's all for this section. I did some mistake here because I did not pay attention. So make sure that you pay attention while you do your homework. That's all for this section.